research also within enterprises, because there are a lot of private research, and and practicing a responsible research in private enterprise could represent a problem in a certain sense because of the openness, etc. So, doing this within enterprises is a process that has its own, maybe have particular barriers and need for negotiation, and most of all there is the problem of how mobilization of actors internal to the companies can be done, promoted, and happened, because in many cases you fail to mobilize people, and both people and group of people, etc. In other cases, you manage to do so. So there are some strategies. There is an experience. Do you have particular observation of about this process, the fact of how to mobilize actors in this new way to carry out a research and innovate or not? Because I found in your article some suggestion. This is something that is important for also for enterprises.
Well, first of all, I have to say that I have a quite long track record on corporate social responsibility practices, and not so much on research or innovation practices in companies. So my knowledge base is more on what they do in the area of sustainability and corporate social responsibility. And there I see that innovation is most of the time not in the focus of what CSR and sustainability managers do. So their basic activity is increasing efficiency, is reporting, is perhaps philanthropy, is perhaps product development, eco products, fair products. This is what their job is about. And I think many of them would like to have more impact on innovation of their companies. So some companies are not very innovative, then you can't push it up. But some are innovative, but involving CSR managers into innovation activities would be important to mobilize them and to integrate them into the innovation activities, even within their own company. So I see a certain distance between CSR managers, research and innovation activities in companies, and product development. So sometimes even research and development and product and sales are in distance. But CSR is even more in distance. So for them, responsible research and innovation could be a way of getting hands on the bigger decisions and not just improving efficiency of things that have been decided before. Mm-hmm. Second, I think, and this is just a kind of anecdotal evidence I have out of the project we're starting right now. We started into this project with a number of big companies talking about RRI, asking them, do you have any experiences? And they said, not at all. And we said, great. So then everything will be new to you, what we do in this wonderful project. And said, yes. And in these cases, we talked to innovation managers. So they were, in these companies, quite experienced managers of previous Horizon 2020 or framework program projects. Mm-hmm. So we did not talk to the CSR managers. We talked to the ones who were into innovation. And when talking to them and putting together the consortium for this project, we for sure asked them, what could the project deliver to you? And they said, brilliant new ideas. We are just engineers, and we've just done all of this screwdriver stuff, and this seems to be quite interesting, and this seems to be quite new and innovative, and we were not sure if we dare to do this kind of sociology thingy here and ethics thingy, but we're brave and we want to do it, and we do not jump into the cold water with the whole company, but we put our toes a little bit into the cold water, and it's just trying out. Perhaps it's nice. So it was a kind of curious and playful approach that I liked very much. And I thought, great. This has not raised the bar too high. They do not have the super trooper high expectations that we will develop the new smartphone and the next big thing that brings them billions of euro of revenue. It's nice. So let's start this. And we put together the proposal 1 year ago, and we asked them for the proposal, well, just for the annex, could you tell us what previous experiences you had with responsible research and innovation? And they said none. And we said, this is what we expected. But still, it's quite strange that companies as Siemens doesn't have any previous stuff. And we've delivered them the 5 key areas and so on and so on and so on. And they said, no, we don't have anything for your annex. And we said, well, this still lowers the bar. But we were quite happy. And then our project got selected, and we had a very high number of points in the evaluation process, and we started into the contract negotiations for the consortium agreement. And while doing so, I had the idea to run a series of telephone calls with all the partners, again, because we had such telephone calls when we wrote the proposal, but now it was a different setup. Now it was not, let's talk about what we could do in the future. It was, let's talk about what we will do in the future. And as I didn't know these companies and didn't collaborate with them before, I said, please tell me more about your background. We take 1 hour of time and tell me your story of innovation in your company and the story of how you run projects. I wanted to get some insights. And then something really strange happened, because several companies, Ericsson, Siemens, said, okay, now we talk business. Great. We have substantial experiences in design thinking and open innovation. We do this for many years, but now we want to do more. And I said, what? And Ericsson said, we run the Ericsson Garage. And Siemens said, we have a special unit on design thinking and stakeholder involvement. And I said, well, you didn't tell me before. And they said, yes, there's not responsible innovation. This is design thinking and this is open innovation. But we have 5 years of experiences in this area, but we want to do more. And I said, great that you tell me now. This means we have to stand on your shoulders and we don't know how high they are. Wonderful. Thank you. We know we have a lot of work to do. And what we're doing now is we will meet them, we will dig out all of their experiences they have, and it was an interesting experience for me to see that our language of responsible innovation did not link up to their experiences. We talk about our 5 key areas and they say open innovation. And in the area of open innovation, they already opened up their doors, they already mobilized actors, they already did a lot of things under a different term. They call it design thinking and open innovation. And this has been a strange experience. And I think as long as we talk our language, we run the risk that you run some interviews and you think there is nothing. But if you talk more their language, you will find out that there is a lot already happening, but not driven by the ROI community, which to my understanding are a lot of philosophers and sociologists, but driven by people who stem from innovation management. Different terminology, different community, but much more advanced than we think.
Okay. And then next time we can talk a little bit about our experience in our department, where they are immunologists and they have been carrying out for years activities in African countries to develop new vaccine or intervene in some